Did you take the screenshot, Eli?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I'm gonna play this shit. Kind of good. Oh, that's
Dude, I did.
jobless claims.
I was being dumb at the very beginning. This isn't something that was part of my plan. I just wanted to see it happen or not. Paper trading, I got to get over that. But at the very open, I was like, oh, this thing's going to sell off. VWAP was right there. And then at the very open, I put in a put, and it went to my target, which was VWAP. But it happened so fast, and I exited super fast that I think TOS like fucked up. And it was like, well, what? Like, what did you just do, bro? And I was like, and it didn't even take. It said rejected. It actually said rejected on the trade monitor.
Damn.
And then I
I
proceeded
put
to.
my 3 main rules that I'm trying to follow is not trade the first 5 minutes and wait for a reaction to a large participant, like the 1,000 lot participant, and then make sure your stop is at least 2 to 3 coins, just so you're not risking too much. And I feel like setting at least three like little rules like that for yourself um, can help you like don't make too many rules because then you're just overwhelmed by rules. But like have three strict rules that you follow so that you kind of like have a guideline for how you're trading for the day. And I think another thing, as far as like reviewing your trades, like really know what it is that you were messing up on for the week. Say, for example, you're taking a bunch of breakouts throughout the week. Like going into the next week, like make that a focus for yourself. Like, okay, this week I'm not going to take any breakouts. I'm only going to focus on uh, pullbacks. Or for me, it'd be like, okay, next week I'm only taking a trade at a key level. If it's not my key level, I'm not taking a trade. But like having a emphasis on what you want to work on for the week.
Oh, that little flap
What?
between 45 and 50. I was like, that happened to me too, and I thought it's because my monitor went to sleep for a second.
Oh, really? I thought I had walked away.
Maybe we did at the same time. I just remember seeing that long ass flat line.
Loki thought I was taking a shit here, but that's kind of a short shit. Hey, Gabriel, what do you think is like a mistake you need to work on the most?
Mm, definitely my entries. I think
As
my
far as
stops and targets are pretty good. I've been consistent with that. It's just finding, like, knowing what to do when the outlier appears.
mm.
Because
And I
sometimes
think
I'll wait. Go over it?
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think also this past month made it difficult to like really be like, okay, this is the entry setup that I'm looking for because it kind of didn't work for this month as far as for our strategy. So kind of have to start all over with that going into this month.
Yeah. And this month is election month, right?
Fuck, that's right. It may be a little tough. At least it starts early in the month. So do we find out like after the 4th or after the 11th?
I
I
think
don't
it's the
even
whole
know.
week because they got to count the mail-in ballots.
Uh, I need my boy Trump to win.
I'm not.
Give me
You
some
voting for
tax.
Trump?
Get rich. Yeah.
I'm not voting for that dude, but I don't really care for Kamala either.
Yeah, I don't care
RFK.
shit.
I just voted for all the other stuff on the ballot. I don't think I'm gonna vote for president this year. Because I know California is going to be Kamala either way.
That's
Yeah,
true.
true.
But one thing
Oh,
Eden said was to, he's like, Uber's going to do good regardless of who wins. So I was like, maybe we should buy some Uber stock.
that's your career, huh?
Yeah, boy.
All right, here's the
Well,
first minute.
when Trump was in office, what were the charts doing? Were we in there?
I don't think we were
What year?
trading then.
What?
We didn't start.
I don't think I was straight.
We didn't get into the market until pandemic.
But he's the one who gave us what is it? The stimulus package. He's the
Yeah,
one who
and then
put that.
I remember the crypto boom too.
Oh yeah.
The, st-
I feel like Republicans in general helped the market push.
the
Hmm.
stimulus package, though, just because I keep hearing this from a lot of people, is it was given out during the Trump era, but he actually rejected it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I keep hearing that a lot. Like when just whoever defends whoever they're going for, but I hear that a lot where like he actually rejected it, and it was a Democratic someone in Congress who actually made it go through.
That makes
Shit.
sense though because it put us in debt as America more because they were giving out free money basically. So that would make sense. He doesn't want that because he's a businessman. So like he's running the country as a business, not as like fucking make you feel good as a person.
He ain't a businessman. He a businessman.
Yeah, I
My
gotta be
first,
more of a trader and think of the world as a business. But I just listen to a lot of shit he says, and it just makes me dislike him more. I was like, I don't think I'd ever like a real like someone I met like that in real life. So I'm like, I'm not gonna just be like, yep, but I'm gonna elect him president.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I hate all of
I'll be homies with him.
them.
He's like, this is my little brown friend Eric. That's what he would say.
I think, hey man, I think Eric's just voting just so he could get richer.
Hell yeah, that's all I'm
He's,
thinking.
he's thinking about himself.
Close
Whoever benefits him in the race has got his vote.
down these motherfucking borders.
It's crazy though. There's a lot of stuff that I'm like back in the day I would not have been about, and now I'm like, I kind of see that making sense. Like
Yeah.
border stuff.
Now
My
you're
family used to
now
have.
you're starting to look like a millionaire. That's what I want to hear.
It's crazy. It's just tough though, because my whole life there was immigrants living in my house, dude. Like every year, new immigrants living in my house.
Not in this country.
All right, I took my first trade at 637, and it was because I seen this. It's small as. See how this time I didn't see 1,000 lots. Yeah, I still wanted to try it. So I seen the. Oh, I gotta slow it down. I assumed this was a large. Maybe it is a little larger. It's 400. It wasn't a good one, and it wasn't my key level. I entered at 637.29. So seeing this already, I was like, okay, sellers are stepping in. So this is going to be an example of when it doesn't work. My stop was 3 points. Entered at 57.68. I'm trying to like zoom out to see if this buyer will get bigger, but no, it was a stupid decision on my part. I think also this weak buying is what convinced me.
On my charts, I have a a supply zone like right at the open, but in the pre-market it was kind of chopping at it, and I just kept it just in case. But I should have got rid of it because you don't even have it on your charts, and I used it as an entry.
At what price?
I got in at 57.69, which was the top of the box that I had charted.
It was messing with it, but yeah, it wasn't a key area.
The next candle, like literally,
I was already in at this point. I was like, it's struggling to get buyers. I'm gonna enter. And this aggressive buying is what I seen as the outlier.
you were in for.
But it wasn't. I was short.
Oh, so you're about to lose.
Yeah.
But remember, we were talking on the chat like this is not even. This is like dead man zones. Like there's nothing going on here that we should have entered, right? Like if we were following our rules.
Yeah, this wasn't a good trade for me at all.
This is where I waited and it got all the way. It got close to my supply zone, but like it was underneath it by like a couple points, and then it just went completely down.
And see here, this could have been my warning to exit before my stop, but I would just follow my plan, and then I got stopped right here. But the key to me at this point is I wasn't at my key level, and I didn't see 1,000 lots. I seen 400, and it just looked like a large bubble. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I also didn't follow my setup or my strategy in this scenario. And then I was like, okay, Lation, and I waited for 644, take another trade. But buying was aggressive.
And my first 500 on my paper trading is like at half now.
350?
Yeah, probably more closer to just 3.
Almost gonna blow your account.
I'm on a losing streak. I used to think when I first heard people say blow an account meant they like lost a gang of money, which that makes sense if we're trading bigger contracts, like more contracts, but we're just fucking with this 500.
My next trade, 644.02, 600 lot buyer here is what I was like, okay, let me give it another try. Volume was kind of weak over here on the SVP. And I didn't even wait for the first seller to step in and then pull back and test it. I just entered on the first seller. Stupid. Yeah, here I was already emotional because I had taken that previous loss. And the fact that I didn't wait for the pullback definitely was taking an emotional trade.
Can y'all hear all the squeaks on my chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I be muting myself. This is the old ass chair.
Looks like you got to go to Walmart too.
We'll go.
I don't need that. Nothing wrong with a little squeak.
And then I took another one at 7 a.m. I got stopped on this one though at 6:48. See here, Eloy, the chop right here, my loss would have been larger on options because of how long it took to get to my stop. And I think the push to my stop was kind of aggressive, if I'm not mistaken. And on this one, I had a 2.75 stop. Yeah, that push would have took some profits for sure. And now I took my next trade at 7. Just zooming out, you could see the aggression of the buyers here. And then up here, buyers 1,000 lots at 57.79, 1,000 lots at 57.77, 500 lots, probably like 900 with these two bubbles. So shorting this, I was just going against aggressive buying. Oh, I waited for the. Oh, I entered on news shit because I seen that it had failed these 1,000 lot buyers. So I entered at 7 and 6 seconds. So I was in right here, seeing that it was holding under, but that was stupid of me. I should have waited for it to close. And I got stopped. Oh, this push had stopped me. And then at 7:06, I tried it again. With the 2.75 stop again. Just seeing how this. See how here the idea is there, the large buyers, and then it sells once. You could consider this first sellers, I guess. And then I tried it again. This was probably a better setup, but the key issue here is it's not my key level. So you could be paying attention to order flow here, but since it's not my key level, it's lower probability of working. I was already stopped out. Yeah. That's basically all my trades though. Shit just kept pushing up. And then day, you could kind of almost consider it a chop day because we pushed up all the way to my supply at 58.05, and by the end of the day we ended up back down here at 57.61. So there was volatility to the upside, and I mean there was volatility in general, but like the market itself didn't have a direction it went. It just stayed within a range. Whereas other days it'll like push, pull back, and then continue pushing in a direction or continue pushing down in a direction. And this day it just pushed, came back down to where we opened. But that's basically it from me. I don't got much else.
That was a good one. Damn, dude, it's 10:44.
Any questions? That's like a 3-hour session. God damn.
I was thinking like, damn, I know our patience has grown, bro. Because when we were in college, I used to just be so bored with the first hour of a 3-hour class, and I'm more like focused, engaged, and then I didn't even realize 3 hours had went by.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just clear interest in what we're learning.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
And in college, every other class was a different subject
that I didn't care about. But that's basically it. Just aggressive buying, and I was forcing shorts.